I wanted to talk about dopamine triggers, right? Let's continue upon our latest video about the molecule of more, or the molecule of, how you say it, desire. I'm gonna read a part from this book. Dopamine explains the mysteries of ADHD. But people on the other end of the spectrum, people whose controlled dopamine circuits are weak, the struggle with internal control manifests itself as impulsivity and difficulty keeping themselves focused on complex tasks. This problem can result in a familiar condition, attention deficit hyperactivity disorder, poor focus, concentration, impulse control, can severely interfere with their lives, and it can make them difficult to be with. Sometimes they don't pay attention to details or follow through on tasks. They may start paying bills, then switch to doing the laundry, then change a light bulb, then sit down and watch TV, with everything strewn all over the place. During conversations, they can become distracted easily and not listen to what people say to them. Triggers, right? Sometimes they don't keep track of time, make them late, and may lose things such as car keys, cell phones, even passports. Now, what can we make of this? They can lose the car keys, they can be distracted while in a conversation. And I think triggers are, in some sense, what defines motivation. Because as I've explained earlier, the ADHD brain, for example, is a failure of the executive functioning in your brain. It's the inhibition, right? And I've noticed that for myself. I don't know if I am diagnosed with ADHD. I don't know. But I know what works for me is if I exercise, for example, before doing certain tasks such as cleaning or taking care of my bills, or those big boring tasks, mainly cleaning, I'm much more effective. It's like I got zapped with Ritalin right into my brain. And that's a trigger for me. My trigger is movement, then execution. That's my trigger for actually completing the task. And your triggers, when you become distracted, is I'm bored, thus I need to be distracted. So you need to change up your triggers. You need to design your environment in such a way that the triggers can lead to execution. Because we are what we make ourselves to be. And that may sound a little bit vague, but what I'm trying to elaborate on is our environment makes us. If I have a shitty environment, if I literally live in feces, I will become a shitty person, no pun intended. But if I live in a clean environment, I will become a clean person. So in order for me to become what I want to be, my environment need to allow this as well. Is that rocket science, really? No. We try to always internalize every single thing, but we don't look outwards on, okay, is this thing affecting my internal state? Okay. If this thing, let's say my glasses, if I put them on, what happens? My world becomes dark, right? I cannot control that. But what I can control is if I'm going to use this or not, right? I will design my environment in such a way that triggers that lead to positive execution of tasks that lead to positive results. I will allow that to flourish. So triggers could be post-it notes, could be a signal on your phone, or whatever really. But that's essentially what I mean by a trigger, is something that allows for the execution of positive tasks. Because that is essentially what it is, right? Let me show you something. The habit loop is cue, craving, response, and reward. Can we understand this? Then we can achieve what we want. And I'm only talking about simple things like taking care of your laundry or cleaning consistently or implementing a new routine. If you have trouble with that, then what it can result in is you implementing routines and habits in your life unconsciously. By following this, you can actually implement routines consciously. And that's the trigger and dopamine reward. We'll talk more in depth about the book Atomic Habits in a later video or something, but not for now. But that's only what I had in mind, really. I didn't plan on anything. Like always in my videos, it's more of a reflection and journaling for my own thoughts. But I try to find the triggers that lead me to positive execution. So try to design your environment in such a way that positive execution of tasks or execution of positive tasks are flourishing. So basically, stay great. Yeah. But anyways, I hope you enjoyed this video. And as always, like, subscribe, keep watching. I don't know. Do whatever you want. I'm not your dad. But as always, stay great.